Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyman Prepping. Thank you for joining me. And I want to start off this video before we get into the news stories we're going to talk about is thanking everybody that came over from SouthernPrepper1 and his shout out to me on his channel. Very gracious of him to do it. I thank him so much and thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoy yourself here. And I'm going to give you guys a little introduction about myself. And if you're one of my longtime viewers and you want to go ahead and skip this part and get ahead into where the news story starts, go ahead and fast forward until you see on the right side of the video here the news story pop up. But if you're not a subscriber to SouthernPrepper1's channel, go over there, subscribe. I'll put it in the description below so you can get there. Great channel. Definitely need to subscribe to him. Now, for everybody that's new and everybody, once again, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. My name's Seth. And like I said, my channel is called Everyman Prepping. And the reason I call it that is, well, I'm just an everyman. This channel is for everybody, every woman who is preparing for, whether it be natural disasters in the world, EMP, SHTF, whatever, that anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. As you can see from the background back here, I spent a little time in the Army, in the field artillery, so I have that military background. But the rest of my, training and stuff is, self-taught, taking classes. Basically, I see myself as a jack of all trades, whether it's self-defense, weapons, gardening, hunting, fishing, electrical, plumbing, building, raising chickens, whatever it is. I've taught myself, took classes, and, done all the preparing, learning on my own, and I want to share it with others and let everybody know that you can do it too, and everybody can do it. It doesn't take a high-speed operator, doesn't take a former LEO, doesn't take a hardcore homester. Anybody can do this. That's why my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can email me at everymanprepping@gmail.com, and that's how you can get a hold of me. Just write an email there. If you have stuff you want to pass along or just contact me, feel free to do that there. And in my channel, we do videos on prepping, of course, and also current events, what's going on, because you need to keep on top of what's going on in the world so you know what you're prepping for or what might happen. The current prepping videos I've been doing lately, I'm doing a series on survival SOP. SOP is from the military. It stands for Standard Operating Procedures. Mine is here. It's hard copied out. It's a living document. You see, I've been writing notes. I always change it, but keep hard copies, one for everybody in your group, mag, or family. And a survival SOP, your standard operating procedures for survival situations, whether it's natural disasters, enemy boots on the ground, grid down, whatever it may be. Financial collapse, you go to this document and it helps you remember, helps everybody in your group remember what do they do for food, water, self-defense, securing the home, whatever it may be. It's in your document. So I did a couple videos already. I'll put those down below also. One just gives you an overview of the categories I have, what you might want to put in. Second video starts getting into each categories. We go over the first video on analyzing the threat, gathering intel, stuff like that for the initial things you want to start doing. Having one of these is great for if you're in a family and you have children that are junior high, high school, and they can actually do stuff. If you're the main prepper, no matter if you're mom, dad, uncle, aunt, whoever you are, and the other family knows what you're doing, but they're not really into it as much, and you haven't done as much training with them, and you're not around, and something happens, well, they can reference this, go to it, start to take care of the things, or you can give them a task, and they might not remember everything. Well, they can use this as a reference. So it's a great tool to have, but and more videos to come on that. The next one will be on OPSEC and some light noise sound disciplines, things like that. But enough about all that. Let's get into the other type of videos I do is current events videos, and we're going to get into that now as we switch on over here. And if you've lasted this long, thanks so much. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, comment, all that great stuff. But as the thumbnail said, basically SHTF is here. The poop has hit the fan, basically. And then we're talking about Israel, Gaza, Hezbollah, in the Middle East. And what is going on as well, today a hospital in Gaza was blown up with a missile. 500 to 800 people, you get different stories, were killed. Here's a little video on it. I'll play a little bit. You can see the destruction. And there's a big, the two sides are like, did Israel do it? Did Hamas do it? Both sides are saying, one or the other did it, and that's what's going through right now, why there's turmoil going everywhere. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to X here, formerly known as Twitter, and I bookmarked a bunch of posts about this incident and why it's riling up everybody, why it's going to cause the expansion of the war, why in the next few days I think something really bad is going to happen over there. It's going to expand. There's going to be something that's going to go on. And basically, it doesn't matter at this point it doesn't matter who shot the rocket first. Was it an errant rocket missile from Hamas? Was it an Israeli counter-fired attack or a direct attack? It doesn't matter at this point. What's done is done, and people are going to believe what they want to believe. The Muslims, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, they're going to believe Israel did it. Israel's saying they have proof that Hamas did it. As you can see from the video playing here, right here, it's kind of starting on its own. This is a rocket that Israel is saying, that Hamas shot. It went up, and then the IDF intercepted it, and they're saying the debris, as you can see in a little bit, fell to the ground here. You'll see, and this is supposedly the hospital blowing up. Hamas is saying, no, you tried to do counterfire back on our position, and you hit the hospital. Like I said, it doesn't matter at this point. People are going to believe what they want to believe, and there could be a GoPro strapped to that missile from either side with a video exactly showing what happened. It doesn't matter. People are going to believe what they want to believe. What it is, it's causing incredible riots, embassies getting set on fire, invaded, other damage. So we're going to go through some of that here in some of my posts. So this is that, like I said, the one video of the hospital and what happened. And I don't want to get into who did it or who didn't do it. It happened, and now bad stuff is happening because of that. So as we go up more to the top, I want to start up here, and we're going to see that the Israeli embassy in Jordan is set on fire due to this. They're seeing 500 casualties. Like I said, you'll see something else later that says 800. But the Israeli embassy in Jordan on fire. People rioting. Look at all that. They're tearing it down. We go down from here, and we see that these are the attacks that have been reported elsewhere. Embassy of Israel in Turkey was attacked. The Embassy of Israel in Jordan, as we just saw, was attacked. The U.S. Embassy in Lebanon attacked against it, and the U.S. Embassy in Iraq also attacked. So people are very upset, rioting, a lot of problems. There's going to be a lot of push for war. We saw that, you see here that a level 4 do not travel has been issued for Lebanon. Basically the entire country. Don't go there if you're a U.S. citizen. The State Department doesn't want you going there. This is the video we just talked about. Here's Yemen. We got a bunch of people out there rioting in support of Palestine. Greece, same thing. What you're not going to see is you can't find a lot of people rioting in support of Israel. It's all for Palestine and Hamas and Hezbollah. So here's Greece. We go down here. This is Turkey once again. They set fire to the Israeli consulate in Istanbul, so that's on fire. And what do we have here? We have the French embassy in Tehran has a huge rally outside of it. These are people mad outside of the Tehran embassy. I believe that we also have the UK one. We'll get to this picture here in a minute. This is in Tehran, Iran. Big protest. This is Qatar, it's pronounced, and they're protesting over there. Amman, Jordan. Big protest. Kind of get the theme here, right? Everybody's riled up in the Mideast. Everybody wants payback. Cairo, Egypt. A lot of people. I already talked about Baghdad, Iraq. These protesters are setting fire to a UN building in Beirut. There's also been some talk of some NATO bases in Turkey having protests and riots outside of it. U.S. Embassy in Beirut right here. You see more photos. This kind of goes on and on. Police responded to protesters' march on a U.S. military base in Malatya, if I pronounced that correctly. And then this is the hospital that was attacked. So you can see, basically, like I said, the whole theme of Palestinians everywhere, Muslims are up in arms. And I told you I'd get back to this photo. This is a temple, I believe, in Iran. They've hoisted the black flag. The black flag means that they're at war. They're ready for war. So Iran has basically said, time for war now. That's what this means by this posting. So, and Iran, in my opinion, I think they're looking forward to this war. They want it to happen. They want Hezbollah to attack. I think they see Israel and the United States as being weak. Iran is in BRICS now. All the BRICS nations are growing stronger. They see, like I said, a weakness in the United States, and this is a way to maybe take us out by starting this war. Hurting us, defeating us there in Israel, or taking casualties is going to hurt us financially and militarily and weaken us across the world stage. I think Iran is not going to run from this one. They're going to stoke it and provoke it. Hopefully it doesn't turn nuclear, but I see that coming. What else do I have here? Oh, you might want to display it. This is in Turkey, and they're shooting fireworks at the, I believe it's the Israel, also the consulate there. Right now it's fireworks Could this escalate into actual rockets or munitions or something? It could, but that's what's going on right now. As you know, Biden, as the time this is filming this on late Tuesday night. So if you watch it then, or if you watch it Wednesday morning, Biden should have landed by now. A lot of this might have changed already. But today, this is the German chancellor. This is the German plane. They're ducking in cover. They're laying prone on the tarmac because of air raid sirens that went off at the airport. And yep, Biden's going there. I think Iran, Hezbollah is going to attack why Biden's there. And I know in Ukraine, when he went there, they faked an air raid while he was with Zelensky. I don't think they're going to have to fake this one. I think it's going to happen. Biden's going to go to a bomb shelter. And I think Biden wants to show that. I think Iran wants to show that they can get to the U.S. president. And the Biden administration is going to show, look how bad it is over there. We got to support. We got to send U.S. troops in. We got to send U.S. bombers in. Kind of plays to both hands. So look for that to happen tomorrow too. Is Biden going to a bomb shelter? If he does this, he might not get up. So hopefully he doesn't hit the tarmac. Biden might not ever get back up after hitting the tarmac. But it's not looking good over there at all, the situation. And like I said, I'm not even sure why Biden's going there. Yes, he's showing support maybe. I think it's to show how dangerous it is and to pull out. They got all the warships coming in, 2 aircraft carriers. The second one, the Ford's already there. The U.S. has a Ford. I think it's the Eisenhower coming. It should be there like Saturday, I think, if they're going at top speed. They should be there. They've called up 200 military, personnel, support personnel to be on ships. Hezbollah has anti-ship capabilities. They have the missiles. Are they looking for a Gulf of Tonkin type thing or a false flag? Like I said in a previous video, one way to get the Americans behind you is to, have a couple dead Americans show up on TV, on news, whether they be attacked on sea or have a helicopter go down or whatever. Nothing gets the rallies, the people around the flag like some, dead servicemen, unfortunately. And I hope that's not why they're being put out to sea there, but they're kind of sitting ducks out there for these anti-ship missiles. So hopefully their ship defense is good, because I think there's going to be some shots taken at them. So that's why I said SHTF is happening over there. It's really escalating. It's escalating so fast. By the time you watch this, like I said, it's Tuesday night. If you're doing this Wednesday morning, something might have already happened, might have already escalated. Yes, Israel hasn't gotten to the ground yet. Probably waiting for Biden to come, hit into a bomb shelter, leave, and then do the attack. They'll say, yes, that's their excuse to go on. So the ground attack will happen. They're not delaying it. They're not going to hold off. It's going to happen. And then I think it escalates to Hezbollah, Iran. Hopefully it doesn't go to the nuclear stage, but it's going to eventually end up packing us here. We don't know if there's sleeper cells here. We don't know if there'll be, the FBI, Christopher Wray came out and said, expect terrorism here. All right, well, yes, we should. You should always, the motto of our channel is, keep your ear to the ground, keep looking for intel, always listening for stuff happening, and keep your head on a swivel, always looking about for danger. So definitely keep track of that. One thing not to lose sight of, one last thing here before I go, I know I've kept you here a while, is, Putin is in China right now, Xi. And so what are they talking about? Well, they're probably talking about China's move on Taiwan. China, they're loving this. U.S. is tied up in Ukraine. U.S. is tied up in the Middle East. Hey, do you think they're, let's spread them really thin. Let's go after Taiwan. I bet, they're thinking we can go there and think how thin the United States will be spread to try to go defend Taiwan while all this is going on. So I look for China to make a move. If I was China and that was my goal, that's what I would do. So it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better, and a lot worse. Like some people are saying out there, this is the end game. We'll see what happens. Because also financially, long ago, this is, the dollar's crashing. Inflation's going up. And Biden threw out a little thing today, the administration put out. They're going to probably ask for $100 billion. Heck, at this point, why not 200, 300 billion, for Ukraine and Israel combined? At this point, I think they're just trying to print as much money they can before it dies. So just keep all that in mind as you're prepping. Charge forward. Don't let it get you down. Just keep making your to-do list. Knock it out. Because when that thing happens, where it affects us directly here in the homeland, you're going to be ready to go. So until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.